Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to an episode of Delight and Fright, where we will talk about Evil Dead and the entirety of the franchise. Miss Cat, you have a lot of wonderful paraphernalia over there. Do you want to start off by showing the goodies?
Sure. Well, we have our Evil Dead, our Book of the Dead pillow.
Oh,
Snuggle, snuggle, snuggle with the dead.
yes. Always
The
snuggle the dead.
blankie, the blankie in the back. Both are from Fright Rags. They have awesome stuff. Oh no, wait. The blanket is creepycompany.com.
Ooh.
And then this is my most prized possession. It has
Ooh.
signature from Mr. Bruce Campbell Ash.
Oh,
And I
when
know it's very dark.
When did you meet him, or when did you get that autographed?
Well, I had this for a long time, and it was like 2011 or 12 or something like that he came to St. Pete. I think it was St. Petersburg area ish or Tampa, somewhere around about there. And I've had this forever. As you can tell, it's very discolored. And even when he saw it, he's like, dang, that's been in the attic for a hot minute. Because look at it. It's like, oh.
Damn.
But he was so cool. And it was for his book signing of Hail to the Chins, Further Conversations with the B movie actor. And I got this signed too. Yay.
Nice. Ooh, that's a lot of really cool swag. Last year we missed it, Cat, but he was at Horror Hound in Cincinnati, and I think he was a last minute guest. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, we didn't have plans to go, and as soon as I found out he was going to be a guest, I'm like, damn it, there goes my chance. But maybe next year. Maybe next year. So hello, Juan. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in today. We will be discussing, like I said, Evil Dead. Ooh, yes, we're so excited. Miss Cat, do you want to start off with, do you want to go in chronological order? Do you want to get crazy with it? Start off with 2, then 1, then 3. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. How do you? I'm down for whatever.
Let's start with one.
Nice.
The one that started it all. He's here. I could pick his nose.
And for those of you listening to the audio version, you won't be able to see what the hell we're doing on video, but you can always rewatch the video. So you should.
Here I have Ted's signature.
Oh, yes.
Swallow your soul.
Do you want to tell them what he said when you asked him to sign there, and then he said something? Remember during the book
I asked
signing?
him to sign. I said, your bro didn't save you much room. Because this is Sam.
Yeah.
I'm like, your bro didn't save you much room. And I don't remember, was it Luna? Something along the lines of, I don't need that. I'll get my own page or something.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to share. I'm my own person. And then he just signed his own page. He's like, fuck this shit. He has a very strong personality, because when we were like, I was telling Kat how to position ourselves in the picture, and he's like, no, you stand here, and I'm like, yes, sir.
Yeah, he had us in order of height. And Luna was like, yes, Daddy.
I was like, yes, Daddy. Because he was like, you stand right here. And I'm like, yes, Daddy.
Right? I didn't expect him to be so authoritative. It was
Oh
nice.
yeah, he was very in that he was wearing that suit to the convention, and he was very authoritative. He's like, "You stand there," and I'm like, "Oh shit, you got some balls on that one." Yeah, sorry, we're starting the show early with balls, so you know,
yeah.
this is how we are. This
Oh,
is how we are. Balls to the wall horror all the time. Let's
oh,
do it.
I got my chainsaws.
Got
Chainsaws.
chainsaws and balls, but not together, hopefully, because then you'll end up with, you know,
Ugh.
dismemberment.
Yeah.
Speaking of dismemberment, Evil Dead 1, that was such a fun franchise, right? I mean, that started the franchise, I should say, but it was a fun
Hmm.
movie to begin the whole series.
It's more serious. It still has its moments, but it doesn't have as much comedic value as the second one. And the dancing girlfriend scene is great. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's got more serious moments, but then some of the stuff that happens is just like, what the hell? I You still get the incantation throughout the entirety of the franchise, the book incantation. So the Evil Dead, the very first one came out in 1981. So it's a good year. It was a good year for horror movies. Apparently, a lot of really good stuff came out in 81. Do you
I
find
was 3 years old.
Yes. Do you recall the first time you watched Evil Dead, the first one?
Yes, I actually saw the second part first, and then I watched the first one. And at first, I was like, "Wait, this is the same movie. Like the same stuff is happening, but it's still different." And I still loved it, but it was just, I was thinking it was the second one was an actual sequel, and this one was like what happened beforehand, like the part with about the Necronomicon and the incantations and all that. I thought this might have been like the first people that got murdered in the cabin. The daughter came with her dad, but no, it's just the group of kids again, and then and I think it's us, Ted and Sam's mom's car that they just kept putting in the movie, like every single freaking movie. But which one is the one with the tree rapings? I love that. That's my
Yes.
favorite. My favorite, like, because I'm watching it and I'm like, ooh, damn, okay. This is,
Ye
this is, it's like you wanted to go there, and then I'm not used to it actually going there. But I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. So just referencing a little bit of the sequence of the franchise. So The Evil Dead came out in 81 and it's a horror fantasy. Evil Dead 2 came out in 87. Evil Dead 3, or technically Army of Darkness, came out in 92. Both of these broke away from the horror fantasy genre and became horror comedies. You can definitely tell a lot of those elements in Army of Darkness. It's just like funny after funny after funny. You know what I mean? Um, and then Evil Dead, that came out in 2013, that brought back the horror fantasy element. So that's they made it a horror fantasy again rather than a horror comedy like 2 and 3 did. So that's pretty cool. And then Evil Dead Rise. Personally, I have not seen that just yet, but that one is also
What?
horror fantasy. Yeah.
What? Why didn't you tell me? We need to see it. We need to watch it
Yeah,
together. We can
yeah.
talk about it.
It's yeah, I feel like every one of these movies can have its own day where we record because there's just so much to talk about. Like we can do just a whole day of just Army of Darkness. There's so many one-liners there. There's so many things to that one. We just wanted to very broadly just speak about the franchise itself. But if you guys are interested in seeing, individualized breakdowns of each individual movie, we can do that. We have a viewer comment. Have you ever seen the Evil Dead series? Yes. So I've
Nice.
seen Evil Dead 1, 2, Army of Darkness, the 2013 one where they remade the first one, which was Pretty fun. The tree scene in the 2013 version was really, really, really intense.
I think they're talking about Ash versus Evil Dead, and I was going to ask you about that too. Like, what was it categorized as a fantasy horror or whatnot?
Oh, Ash
Yeah,
versus Evil Dead. So, pers I want to say yes because I've seen a lot of the Evil Dead franchise, but it must have been so long ago where or like a, college party or something that I'm like, maybe if I see clips of it, I'll be like, "Oh yeah." You know? You know what I
it,
mean?
it had. I'm not sure how many seasons. There were a lot of seasons, like at least two, and it was Stars. I think it was on Stars, and I think it was a matter of money. They couldn't keep it going. It was doing really well. Like it was getting a shitload of people were watching it because it was freaking awesome. It was
Yeah.
basically it was just Bruce Campbell, but he was older and he was still Ash. And then the dummy like gets drunk and reads from the Necronomicon to yeah, on a date night, yeah, to
On
flirt
a
with a
date
chick and be
night?
like, yeah, I am the dude that saved everyone, and look, this is the book, and he pulls it out, and apparently he read from it, and that's what started Ash versus Evil Dead the series, which is hilarious. We need
Oh,
more.
I see, I see. So Ash versus Evil Dead started in 2015. It's strictly in the horror genre, no subgenres, and it lasted 3 seasons.
Nice,
So
nice.
that's what I found out about it. But yeah, um, Alex, that's our answer to that question. And no, I have not seen the Ash versus Evil Dead 3 season show. I
Yeah,
didn't.
I
But
I I have and I absolutely loved it. I loved all the characters. They did great. They went Luna. They went more into like more into the Necronomicon and the different demons and they were taking over people's bodies and then the demons they had like a master plan. It was a little it was definitely more detailed. You know, each season
ah,
kind of had its own, you know, main big bad that they kind of were dealing with. But all the characters had something to give to the story, and some one guy had like um, uh, special visions and things like that. He had like special powers that he could do certain things with the dead. And I think his name was Juan. I think his name was Juan in it.
oh,
So,
you mean? Let me see. I'm looking up the characters right now. Ray Santiago. He
I think
his character's name was Pablo. Pablo.
Pablo, yes, 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 that was him. And his like his granddad or his dad was like some shaman, something like that. And apparently he passed it on to him. And then there was a badass
Ah.
chick. She was cool. That was just kicking ass and taking names. So I'm all about that.
Awesome. No, yeah, the lineup from the show looks like you have a lot of really good people. You have Lucy Lawless in here. Ted Raimi's in it. Who else? Samara Weaving. She's awesome. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of really good celebrities in here. So it'd be very interesting. I think I might do that on the you know, on my days off. I can just
Yeah,
sit
yeah.
there and watch the 3 season.
While
Yeah.
I'm watching my lame Christmas movies, you can watch Ash versus Evil Dead. And we
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah,
been a
maybe.
while since I watched it. I need to rewatch it myself.
Yeah. So Brian says, "Hey Luna and Kat, Evil Dead is a great topic. I loved Army of Darkness, and I really enjoyed the series Ash versus the Evil Dead." Which is what we're talking about right now, the show. That's so awesome. See, that's 2 people saying that they love that show, so maybe it is time for me to visit that.
Mhm.
I'm, like, very picky with shows because 'cause they're so long, you have to commit such a long time. Because a movie, just pop it in, unless you're watching Titanic, so you commit an hour and a half to 2 hours of your life to it. You love it, you don't love it, whatever. You wasted 2 hours, no big deal. But a whole show, like, yeah, you have to commit a long
I
time
think
to
they
it.
were each half an hour. I don't think they
Oh,
were
okay.
a long show, and
Not.
believe me, every episode you wanted more.
Oh,
Like, if
okay.
I know if I started it, I would binge watch the entire thing.
Yeah. It
I
wasn't
didn't
like
have the
Game of
option. It
Thrones.
was like once a week or once every other week that they were putting them on Stars, and I was like, "Ooh, yes."
Yeah, see, like, I was so crushed with the Game of Thrones ending. For those of you that haven't seen it, sorry, but the ending was absolute trash. The last season was trash. So I just felt like, oh, I did all this investment, and then at the end season, you got bone fucked. There goes like 5 years of your life.
Yeah,
Fuck
because
you.
they
That's
strayed from the source material because
mhm,
Duke's taken forever to freaking write anything.
yeah. So I don't know. But anyways, that's my little side note piece about shows and Game of Thrones. Yeah, ugh, ending.
But there are so
Ugh.
many shows that get canceled too that I absolutely loved. It'll just
Yeah.
have one season and then boom, it gets pulled and there's no winding up or wrapping up of anything. I mean, it's rough, but it's still, great shows. I mean, Twin Peaks was one of them, but then they went back
Yeah.
and started doing some more. So,
Yeah. There was one show that I started to watch, and then it got canceled. It was on Netflix. It was called Lock and Key, or Key and Lock, or something like that.
oh yeah,
It
that got canceled. Damn it. I really like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I love that
Go figure.
show. It was like a mystery,
Yeah, I think it's based on
a
a
book, I
graphic
think.
novel, maybe?
Yeah, the graphic novel. Yeah.
So at least we can finish it there.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's in the fantasy genre because they do a lot of
Mhm.
spells, and then they do
Yeah,
deal with a lot of ghosts and stuff like that. So I'm like, yes,
and there
that
was some pretty
fantasy.
dark stuff in it for, having kids in it, really. I mean, the kids
Oh
were the
yeah.
ones that could still see everything.
Yeah, there was a lot of remember, there's a lot of, like, portals and dimensions and people doing witchcraft and, like, a lot of
Mhm.
really dark elements to it. But, yeah, speaking of witchcraft, this book, right? The Necronomicon, um, how do you think it got into this dimension? Like, I don't really think I'm not really sure if any of the movies really go into it. I'm not sure if Ash versus Evil Dead goes into it either, since I hadn't seen it.
I think it does. I do believe you do get more backstory on the book and how it came to be.
I see. See, that's what I wish was a little bit explored more, because it's like, here's this fucking book. And I'm like, how to get there? Who brought it
Mhm.
here? What's his name? Why did he bring it here? Does he want to torture people? Does he want to, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I'm the
And it
kind of
depends on
person.
which Evil Dead you're watching too, as to what you can come to assumptions upon based upon the information you're given. Like in
Oh,
Evil
yeah.
Dead 2, her dad was found the book in an archaeological. I think they mentioned something about it being found in some dig or some place that he went far off and found it and was translating pages of it. I think he just found pages. I don't
Mm.
think he found the whole book. And maybe the book is like a hive mind, and it's like, oh, I'm missing my pages. Where are my
Ah.
pages? Let me go over here and wreak some havoc and find my friends. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be so interesting. And then Brian said, I loved in the first episode of Ash versus the Evil Dead when he is back in his Airstream trailer fighting a Deadite, and he catches his chainsaw attachment midair and takes off her head.
Yes.
Mm. Cool decapitation.
That's right there's when it's like he's still got it. Oh, he's good to go, even though he's old and the belly's gotten a little bigger.
Yeah. Apparently, that's what happens when you get old. You just get a little, a little gut going on. So it's pretty cool. So now getting started into a little bit of Army of Darkness because that's what we're all here for, right, guys? Maybe. I totally figured it was. I was kind of shocked that it wasn't a fantasy horror movie because it has a lot of fantasy elements like the medieval times and all that, and, the walking skeleton army, and I'm like, okay, this has to be fantasy, but it ended up being comedy. So I'm like, whoa, it's
Mhm.
interesting. It's
They they
interesting.
they went they went more comedy with it. And the fans who, were gun ho and all for it loved it. And
Yeah.
then some people did not. But it did really freaking good in the theater. I remember going with my whole family, and it takes time to get a family together to get to fucking movies, to get to the theater. And of course, we had to drive an hour to a theater we could actually afford because the one right next door was expensive as fuck. And we finally get there, and it's sold out. Yeah,
No.
yeah, that is like death for a kid in my generation. Like there was no YouTube, there was no streaming, there was no computers, there was no cell phones, nothing. Like that was it. This was your chance. This was your chance. And I'm like, my brother and me both were like, come on, get ready, mom. Come on. We're gonna be late. Let's go. Where's this? Where's that? We were like ready to go. It was mom and dad that were like taking fucking forever. We're like, come on, let's go, let's go. And sure enough, by the time we got there, done. Done.
Yeah, that was back in those days when you couldn't just order your movie ticket online and have it ahead of time so it wouldn't be sold out. It was the kind of time where you still had to dial a phone number or call. Oh, what are the show times for
Yep.
today? Let me just call.
Welcome to Movie Phone. Do you remember hearing that ever, Luna? Probably not.
Yes, actually, because you may not know this, but smartphones didn't come become a thing until I was about 17, 18.
Okay.
And even then you had like a razor, and it had a very minimal
Yeah.
capable internet
The
surfing
internet sucked.
capabilities. It was like
By the
internet
time you
surfer.
saw anything or did any research, it was like, forget it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was like you had fucking the movie phone thing on speed dial. You had
Hmm.
remember the yellow books or whatever, the
Oh
phone book
yeah. Oh yeah.
that it was like it was heavy. You can literally bash someone's head with
or
it
or the newspaper with the ads.
with for the movie times also
Yeah. Yeah.
came in the paper. Oh yeah.
And they were
I
always
was
hard to find. They'd like bury it like in the
yeah,
lifestyle section or some shit. You're like, come on, where is it?
paging through it. I'd usually what those fuckers did. And why I got so used to reading the back first is because they put all the good shit in the back. So when I ever read like a newspaper or magazine, I always look through the back first. So if you see me open a magazine backwards front, it's on purpose because I want to find all the good shit in the back first. So I don't
That's
know.
funny. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I used to do that as a kid. I'm like, let me get the good shit out of here, and then yeah.
Did you ever
So
give away the plot to something, like if it was a graphic novel or something like that?
no, because I wasn't a dick.
No, but I mean, but while you were flipping, you know what I mean? Like before you actually read it, did you ever give away the end to yourself?
No, no, because if I was doing that, I was doing it for a purpose. So I wasn't reading. I was literally scanning the pages to find like if like let's say buy this book and on the last pages you'll get a coupon. What I would do is scan through the last pages to retrieve the coupon, you know what I mean, for the free item. You had to call that number or whatever. Do you remember that? Or
Well, I
like
remember the comic books used to always have that stuff in the back. And books
um
too. They would have like, you could order different books from the same publisher.
yeah.
I do remember that, but I don't remember free things.
Yeah, yeah. Some things came with like coupons. Like if you got your magazines or your whatever from different companies, for example, they always shoved like little coupons or little deals or come in on this date and this through this date and redeem, I don't know, the new copy of
Oh,
whatever.
great.
So it was like little exclusive. So it was like finding a golden ticket. So I wasn't scanning to like read like the back of the pages. I would just like flip through it, be like, got it. And then I'd, read it
Nice.
and I'd be like, fuck, I don't want this coupon. It's not the right fucking coupon.
I remember going through the magazines and ripping out all the free samples of the perfumes and like, and you like open it like a paper cut yourself. You're like, or the dog, like rub it on the dog if they're getting funky. Come here, puppy.
I remember, oh my god, I remember like opening up the fucking, you're right, the sample packets, and it was always like cardboard fucking thing that would like cut the shit out of you, and you'd be like cutting your neck trying to put it on. Oh god. See, that was probably a very early childhood for you. You know what I mean? Or probably late. I don't know. I missed like
A
the
little bit of
tail end.
both.
Yeah, I missed the tail end of that. I kind of,
I
you
mean,
know what I
they
mean?
still have them. Certain magazines. If you get those beauty magazines, they're still there to
Oh,
cut your
really?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's funny. I would like to see Army of Darkness redone in like modern times. You know what I mean? Because back he was using like a really old gun. You know what I mean? So I would like to see him wielding like a modern gun, like
An
a,
AK.
yeah, something like modern, or you
But
know what I
it
mean?
depends, does S Smart sell those? You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah,
shop smart, shop S
true.
Smart. He wouldn't buy something that wasn't quality, that he couldn't
Yeah.
trust.
And Ash would definitely shop online through smart.com. You know what I mean? Just funny shit like that. He's like the curator doing all the weapons at Smart online. He's just uploading all the inventory. That's Ash's new job. I'd be kind of, I don't know. I dig it. Like I dig it because I'm a fucking stinky millennial, and I think it's funny. But some old geezers would be like, eh. Modernity, what is this? But I don't know. It's fun, but Army of Darkness is a lot of fun. Um when the first time I watched this, has been such a long time. When I rewatched it, I was thinking, "Oh, how did he end up in medieval times again?" And then I think if you blank, you miss it, but he gets sucked into the book.
The end of the second one. It's
Yeah.
at the end of the second one, and when the awesome giant tree comes and sucks him in, he gets sucked in, and
The
then he
book.
just drops
Yeah.
right into him in the car. He drops into medieval times, and you see these guys come up, and I remember seeing that and like, oh my god, I want to see the next one. I want to see the next one. We were so like stoked, like hoping it wasn't just just a cliffhanger that would never happen.
Yeah.
So we were all really happy that it at least happened. At least they were able to make the movie. And what took so long and so much of their budget was all those skeletons, man. All of them.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do CGI. They wanted it all to be to look right, and it did. It was hilarious and great. But I do agree. I would love to see a modern version of that or a continuation of it, right?
Oh,
Because at
yeah.
the end, did Ash didn't go back, did he? Oh yeah, he did. He did go
Mhm.
back, and he was like king at the S Mart. So yeah, I guess Ash versus Evil Dead would be the continuation from that.
Yeah. Pretty much. But so in the last one of the last episodes, we did discuss Cat Army of Darkness briefly. And remember, I don't know if the viewers remember, but Army of Darkness was the very first movie I watched from the Evil Dead series. So I got myself introduced to Evil Dead, not by one, two, by Army of Darkness, because I'm a medieval nerd. And I was like, ooh, medieval movie with chainsaw. What the fuck? So
And
then
did you watch Evil Dead 1 after that or Evil Dead 2?
after that, I watched the first one because I was like, oh, I was like, I guess I watched the third one. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I had to watch them after that in chronological order to know what the hell is going on. But yeah, I started myself off in Army of Darkness. So that's why I didn't quite know. Like, I was like, he gets sucked into the book. I was like, how the fuck did he get there? The fuck's going on? So it did not make any sense. And, being, early adolescent, I think I watched this when I was, I want to say 18, maybe. Yeah, I didn't get introduced to this series until I was a lot older. Definitely
And
not 10.
what did you think after watching Evil Dead and then watching Evil Dead 2? Were you confused or you already knew that it was pretty much a remake?
Um, I knew, like what
Hmm.
it involved. It was a little confusing because Ash obviously was there the whole time. So I was just like, is it the same characters? Is it different people? Kind of like the same thing you said. I was like,
Hmm.
what, and after watching it, you're like, oh, okay. It starts like kind of coming together. But pretty much all you need to know, even if you don't understand any of it, there's an evil book of the damned, and if you read from it, bad things happen.
Yeah.
That's all you need to
I've
know.
seen 1 and 2 so many times. They pretty much have meshed in my
Yeah.
mind into one movie.
Mhm. Yeah. The tree scene that you were talking about, I'm pretty sure it was done in the 81, the first Evil Dead, and then it was redone again in the 2013 version. And then I do not believe Evil Dead 2 has the tree scene, but for sure 1 and 3. I mean, I'm sorry, 1 and the release in 2013 do. Our viewers can correct me if I'm wrong. But like I said, some of them blend together because there's so
No,
much
it was
likeness.
Evil Dead 2 had the tree as well.
Oh, the tree. Oh, the tree as
It
well.
was
Okay.
just they just had more of it. And
Mm.
still with the spinning, that's straight out of Poltergeist. He was a fan of
Mm.
Poltergeist, and that scene in Poltergeist is
Yeah. Okay.
exactly like that. I was like, what the hell? I was watching Poltergeist again the other day, and I was like, wait a minute.
That makes sense. But see, I even that fucked me up too because of Mike. I was like, both of them. I'm pretty sure both of them have tree scenes. I was like, no. I was like, please correct me because I don't know at this point. Everyone be fucking a tree. The only one that doesn't have a tree scene is the Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
just one of them. I don't know which one, but one of them doesn't have the tree raping. I don't remember which one.
Army of Darkness.
Well, I know that one doesn't, but I mean Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. One of them does not have where the tree
I'm
rapes
pretty
the girl in the swamp.
I'm pretty sure it's Evil Dead 2
That has that.
that doesn't have it. I'm pretty sure the original
Mm.
Evil Dead has it, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably what I was referring to earlier, but my
Ignorant.
my age is showing, guys. If you guys could definitely remind us which one. But I'm pretty sure that they include in the 2013 version. That's why they did that R word scene because it was in 1981, so they like carried it over.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Tree
It was
limbs.
definitely some hentai going on there. I
Yeah.
dug it.
Um it kind of freaked me out a little bit because like splinters, I get a splinter on my finger and I'm already like,
Yes.
my finger's gonna fall off. I can't imagine getting a splinter in such a sensitive area
Ouch.
like that. It's like, just take me out, please. No, like I'm out. I'm done. Just splinters or not. Oh, God, I got a splinter in my foot one time. Yeah, I thought I could be a woodland fairy and walk around barefoot in the grass until you get a splinter. And then you're like, nope, nature's fucked. And then you decide that you no longer wanna be a woodland fairy and walk around barefoot on the grass because splinters hurt.
Screw you, nature.
"Fuck you, nature, trying to stab me with your stick." Yeah, it stabbed me, and it
I
was so funny.
realized that when I was at the park playing, making a salad, making a place salad out of leaves. Guess what the leaves happen to be?
Uh,
Poison ivy.
oh, fuck, yeah.
Yes.
Earth,
Everywhere. Everywhere. I was putting it in my mouth. Yeah,
poison
yeah.
ivy? Ooh, you got
Yes.
messed up, girl.
I don't even think I was in school yet. I was like 4 maybe.
Oh,
And yeah, my
god.
eyes were pretty much glued shut. I couldn't really see anything. My mouth was completely swollen. It was a nightmare, a nightmare. And I'm highly allergic to that shit, just like my mom. Yay.
Oh.
Even if somebody like touches poison ivy and then like, or their clothes touches it, and then I touch their clothes, yeah, freak out. That's
Oh.
how allergic I am to it. So anytime like my husband does the yard shit or anything, I'm like, nope, nope, no, don't go put it in the laundry. Nope, don't get away from me. Or starts pulling weeds and vines and shit. I'm like, nope, nope, I'm done.
Could be laced with poison ivy, and then you'll be fucked again.
Exactly.
Trauma hour. Definitely trauma hour. Thank you for coming to Cat's TED Talk, where we talk about trauma, childhood trauma,
Yes, yes.
getting poison
From
ivied,
nature trauma.
nature trauma. Nature trauma, trees, poison ivy, all those very fun things. But definitely, yeah. I want to know how inanimate objects become evil. Like, the power of evilness just gets in the tree, and then the
Mhm.
tree's like, "I will do foul things to you now." Like,
Well, there's cursed items, so maybe these items had a little bad juju in them. I don't know.
yeah.
Or like Beauty and the Beast. I mean, there's all kinds of shit talking there.
Yeah, true,
I
true.
want to see Beauty and the Beast Evil Dead style. Yes.
Ooh. Alright,
And
filmmakers.
Belle's always reading books. That she could fall upon. Yeah, start reading
So
this.
so you know that guy that loans, Belle a book? She goes to this guy. So here's the movie, guys. For all you filmmakers, make this one. Belle goes into that shopkeeper, the bookkeeper's, shop. He lets her borrow a book. It happens to be the Necronomicon. She starts reading from it. Shit happens to her village, and then she has to go find the beast to kind of beast will be Ash, and they
Yeah.
gotta fix things together. And then they smash. There's a big hot sex scene, and that's the end of the
Yes.
movie. There you go. I wrote a movie
Yes. Yes.
in 10
There
minutes.
you go.
What should we call it? Beauty and the Ashed?
Mm.
No.
Evil Beast. Evil Beast. Evil Beast.
Evil Beast. Evil Beast coming to you in 2024. Disney, please don't sue us. Hashtag don't sue me, Disney. I don't want to get sued by Disney, and they tend to sue children's hospitals and a lot of people. So, yeah.
Well, they do sue some people that deserve it, so we'll just leave it at
Yeah. I don't deserve it, so please don't sue me. But I do want to see that Beast movie. So somebody needs to make it.
that.
They don't have to call it
Mhm.
Beauty and the Beast. They can call it they don't have to even mention that it's Beauty and the Beast inspired. They
Mm.
could just say it's um Grimm's Tale inspired, because Disney does not own Grimm's Tale. And maybe there was a old kind of like Hansel and Gretel, you know? So there you go. And make sure she has that syndrome, the Stockholm syndrome. Just give her Stockholm syndrome also, because yeah.
Well, she already had it. We know that.
She had it, but it's gonna be full blown once Ash comes with his, chainsaw. She's like, ah, chainsaw.
furry.
Er.
Yes, Belle was a furry. I get it now.
Belle is a furry. Confirmed. Hashtag Evil Dead confirmation of furries. Cool. If you didn't know, now you know that Evil Dead ends us in a topic about furries. I'm here for it. Definitely. Speaking of furries, or maybe not furries, did you know that all the Raimi brothers were involved in the Evil Dead franchise? You have Ivan, you have Ted, and Sam, right?
Mhm.
So
This is a great book if you want to read about how Evil Dead was made. The Unseen Force.
the Unseen
So
Force.
it goes into detail about everything, about all of Rammy's films and a lot of tidbits on the side, a lot of fun backstories and things like that.
Nice. So out of all of the Evil Deads, Kat, what would you say is your favorite?
2.
2? Okay.
I love the inanimate objects going crazy, the wall shooting enormous amounts of blood on him, the hand running around and having a mind of its own, and even the squeaks and things that it makes. It's hilarious. I love it so much.
Yeah, I would say my favorite, just because it was my first and it was probably what set the stage for me to love the franchise, is Army of Darkness. There's so many one-liners. Um, when Ash puts on the glove or whatever, the powered glove, and he's like groovy. Like, yes. When when he fights with the girl and then he runs to go get her, he's like, "Give me some sugar, baby." I love
Yep.
that. Love that.
Hell
And
to the
then
king.
yes.
He's definitely more full of himself
Yeah,
in in Army of Darkness.
he earned that cocky, like, I'm better because I'm the shit kind of, you know, because I am Ash. He's gotten that, like, cocky attitude, and he wears it
Mhm.
well, to be honest. And then when she tells the witch, "Yo, she bitch, let go,"
Yeah, yeah.
at the end. There's just so many, like, one-liners that
Then you will absolutely love Ash versus Evil Dead. There are so many one-liners and hilarious. Yes.
oh, the best. Oh man. He's like, "First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me?"
Go blow.
Blue. Oh man. Yes. The when he referenced being a Chinese jet pilot, I'm just like, so many funny one-liners. And now what I really want to know, Kat, since you love tattoos, would you ever get a Evil Dead tattoo, like maybe the words Klaatu Barada Niktu
Hell yeah.
tattooed on you or something?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
What
Just
would
gotta
you
find the right artist and have the amount of money that I need to get it done.
what would you get tattooed? Like, what Evil Dead inspired tattoo would you get? Would you get like a emblem? Would you get like a tree? Would you get the words
I would probably get something straight out of here.
out of the
Something
book?
straight out of here, like the
Cool. For
or just the book. The book is so iconic. And I would
yeah.
love if I could find an artist that could do Ash, with his boomstick. That would be freaking great.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
kind of like this. Yeah, kind of like this with his boomstick. Would be great.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of finding the right person that can do
the
the
right
the work for
artist.
me. And yeah, and I'd probably put it on the back of my leg, my calf,
Oh, nice, nice.
because I want to be able to see it too.
Yeah. I don't really I wouldn't really get like a tattoo like that. I would probably in homage to it, I would do like the silhouette of like a cathedral, like a castle, like a tower, like a dark tower, medieval castle, just kind of like, with the moon in the background and like kind of, I don't know, a werewolf howling somewhere back there. I don't
Ooh,
know.
I like that.
That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? But
Yeah, I love werewolves.
yeah, and there was a castle in this movie, so there you go. And a little
Yeah.
homage. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
I love mixing things.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Mixing franchises and things like that on your tattoos, because then you can, instead of getting so many different ones, you can kind of blend all the
Mismatch.
things that you love into one
Yeah.
and make it unique.
Exactly. Like I love like Dracula, so I'd get like a Dracula castle with maybe bats coming out of it to symbolize Dracula, maybe some werewolves howling on the other side, maybe so like Frankenstein leaving the tower or the castle, like just a
Nice.
lot of like monsters surrounding this one castle. That would be fucking an epic piece, man. It'd
That
be so
would.
fun too. But we're talking about like 7 Gs right there
Yeah.
for all
Oh
that
yeah.
work. A lot of pain.
Since I love Swamp Thing, I'd have Swamp Thing coming up from the swamp in front of it.
And oh yeah, from the castle. So Brian says a far future Evil Dead movie would be cool as well. Cyber Deadites Necronomicon becomes a computer virus and stuff. They took the franchise towards the past. Why not the future? Yeah, yeah,
Right.
that's really good. That's really interesting. I'd love to see that. Like something taken in like you said, like viruses and like kind of like matrixy vibes. I don't know. That'd
Or
be
steampunk. We'll mix some steampunk
ooh.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of steampunk would be so much fun. Ooh. I don't know. I'm like super super like curious to see. And I really want some filmmakers to step up and kind of keep the franchise alive because I mean, since the new Evil Dead came out, only we've had one in Evil Dead Rise in last year, but since 92, I mean, we had one movie in 2013 and that was really it. And then 10 years later, we get Evil Dead Rise. And at this rate, we'll get one in, 2033. By then, I'll be fucking old as shit. Come on, man.
Well, sometimes it takes time to find the right people and the right
Yeah,
content. Rami has the rights to it, so he's, just making sure it's done justice and not dragged into
true.
the ground like Creep Show 3. Bleh, we don't want that. We don't want anything near that.
Creep
So
Show 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. It's like, you stop it. It's dead already, kind of thing. That meme.
mhm.
Yeah, no, definitely don't want. I can see that. I'm just a needy fan. I'm just needy. I like give it to me. Give me Evil Dead 10, 11, a million. When I like
Well,
love
watch
a
Ash versus Evil Dead. That'll give you
that'll hold me
some.
over.
It'll feed you. Yes, it'll feed you.
Yeah,
You
I'm
won't
gonna.
get you won't get blue balls, Evil Dead,
Yeah, I
from
won't get
not getting
evil.
enough
I won't get
Evil
Evil
Dead
Dead.
balls.
I won't get Evil Dead balls if I. Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah,
I can like space it out like one episode a week and then in there I'll watch like Evil Dead Rise and then that'll give me some content till at least, you know, part of
I think this is a
2024.
good place to end it on the Evil Dead balls.
Yeah. Yeah, we've covered a lot of good things during
Yeah.
this show, and we can't wait for you guys to watch our show tomorrow. We're cooking up a really, really special episode with Tyler Tackett. He
Yay.
was the actor that portrayed a character in Quantum Devil. He was also in Lars the Emo Kid and a few other movies that we will discuss tomorrow. Plus, if you show up tomorrow and you comment on the Quantum Devil video that we put out with our lovely friend Larry, you have a chance to win a coin. So you guys still have time to comment. We're officially cutting off the the entry tomorrow. We're cutting it off, I would say, around 5 p.m. Eastern time. So if you comment before then, you will be entered to win. And we will have a live drawing of it so you guys can see who wins live. So please comment on that video, and that way you can win this lovely Barada coin. If you are, the winner of the raffle, and it does come with a um authenticity, like a little flyer that says where the Barada coin came from. It is a collectible. I believe only 200 of these were made, so you will be the proud owner of a collectible Barada coin that was uh, prepared for you out of 200. And it's the same coin that they use in the Quantum Bevel. Not the same coin, but it's a replica. So if you see the Quantum Devil, there is a coin flip that they do, to do like a duel in the movie. So you get to a chance to win the official replica, and it's such a beautiful coin. If you feel it, it's so thick and beautiful and lovely, and we love thick things around here, right, Kat?
Yeah. Yes. Thick
What thick?
and long.
Like Ash's chainsaw.
Yay! Artist boomstick.
Oh, yep, the boom's gotta love
Yes.
his boomstick.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for tuning in into our craziness that was this week's show.
I wonder if he has other attachments for it. You just got my mind going
No,
pervy.
pervy. Oh no, I unlocked the pervy. The pervy. Well, I'll leave you with that one. You cook it up, and then we'll discuss it on the next show. Okay. You'll cook it up, and then when we do a deep dive about, I don't know, Army of Darkness or Evil Dead, we can also deep dive on the what other long things we can find.
Go deep.
and go deep
On long things.
on long things. Pretty much. That's what we'll do for Army of Darkness. We'll find the long, deep things. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys so much, and I'm so happy that you guys are here with us discussing the Evil Dead franchise. For all of you that commented during the live show, thank you so much. That means so much to us that you took time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us. We'll see you guys tomorrow and hope one of you lovely people win. Bye.
Bye.